Hello and welcome to a very special Christmas Day upload. This is a Yazi Turbo Season Edition in which I bring on Allan, who is from Brazil and contacted me because he enjoyed playing the Yazi Turbo deck, and together we cobbled together this incredible piece of Danger Yazi OTK madness. So we're going to bring on Allan and he will take us through all the specifics that this deck offers. Hey Allan, how are you doing?
Oh, hey. Okay, that was awkward. Okay, just... Alright.
So this is our, well, I mean, it's mostly yours. I had barely any input on this, to be honest. Danger Attack Yazi Madness deck.
The best deck of the format.
Best deck of the format. Rank 8 spam / just Borosword people to death.
Yep, basically. Borosword Turbo.
Yeah, which is all you need, right? Because when your opponent has 0 life points, you win the game.
Yeah,
Simple.
but here's
that's
the thing,
the win con.
You can actually do other stuff, but Borosword is more optimal, I guess. Yeah. That's for sure.
So you wanted to go through this list sort of card by card, and I guess there's no better place to start than right at the beginning. So
yep.
Armageddon Knight. I think personally it's a pretty obvious choice.
It's obvious, like, does the Strudo go into Yazi? However, it has other plays you can go with it. Let's say you drew the Strudo, okay? Where you have Dark GREPHER to have access to the Strudo. You can very well dump Gizmak for extra damage and for level 8 fodder for rank 8s, basically. So that's great.
Yeah.
That's another thing that Armageddon can do. On other scenarios, like it is very niche. Other scenario I could say is to normal some Armageddon, dump a danger, use a rescue team, a response team, to discard Chupacabra, draw a card, and then Chupacabra revive that monster. But that's very niche. The two things that come up close is like dump the Strudo and dump Gizmak. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Why did you put the double Cyber Dragon in the deck?
It's very simple. It's good versus Cyber itself. It's good versus Orcus because, let's say, special summon Cyber Dragon, take out both of his monsters for Fortress Dragon or something. It's very simple. Like, it's very straightforward. It's good versus Striker as well because, like, you can bait a negation at this point. Sometimes people don't know what it does, and they try to steal it with Widow Anchor, but then they don't realize they can still contact fuse anyway. So they had some things that happen like this. It was hilarious. It just make my opponent go -2 right away. It was hilarious. It was incredible.
Good to eat another card with that then. That's always cool. Sure. And then obviously, you know, this is it's a very heavy danger lineup we have here. It's like 3 ofs of everything that's relevant.
Yeah,
and
the relevant
ones when you can't have them. I think the interesting thing is, sorry, yeah, go on.
No, go ahead. Don't worry.
I think it's pretty interesting that there's no Tsuchinoko in here. I can't actually remember the reasoning why it came out of the deck.
Well, basically because Tsuchinoko is most likely a dead card. It's odd to say, but like, I felt more free playing only 2 Jackalope and 2 Nessie over like 2 Jackalope, 2 Nessie, 2 Tsuchinoko. In other decks I would definitely play the Tsuchinoko as well, but this deck relies so much on the rank 8 that having Jackalope and Nessie as your like main access to your rank 8s is the best thing. And also I put in more Chupacabras like from before, because as well it's a way to get your rank 8s on the board, your level 8s on the board, and your rank 8s, and then it goes on and on. That's basically the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess although there are, you know, a few pretty key link monsters in the extra deck, none of them demand you to just spam out loads of materials. Anytime you're going for Borosword, you probably have enough materials anyway. It's not like having that one Tsuchinoko is going to make a big difference to it.
Exactly, yeah. It's kind of like the point of like, if I want extra material, I'd rather have a bigger attack monster than have like a low attack monster, because sometimes Tsuchinoko, when I was testing at least, I made Borosword, made Tsuchinoko, Borosword attack, and then I switched to defense attack again, like after attacking Tsuchinoko, it's 7,300, you know? 7,300, which means you still have 700 life points left. That's
Yeah.
not good. That's not good. It shouldn't happen. And then basically, I took him out, and it came better. It came better because on worst case scenario, I still have another rank 8 to complement and
Yep.
make it over 8,000 damage. I had other stuff, but then it took out. And this is, I guess, the more optimal, I could say.
What's the name of that? It's the Draglubion, isn't it? Draglubion into...
Glubion, yeah, then I could like detach against Salmon Grey and makes 19,000 points of damage. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was great. Like it was 16 or something. I don't remember now, but it was great. It was very fun.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but
It's just
nobody's
situational.
really
Like
playing
you
it.
need 3 slots on the extra deck, which is bad. But like,
Yep.
and it's very successful to Ogre. It's successful to Ash. Veiler.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Yeah.
no, not to Veiler. Sorry.
Which
Yeah,
one
it's
is it?
just
Not Veiler.
successful to Ogre, which is like very, like you go Ogre, you lose most likely after your opponent do Ogre.
Yeah.
Or like if your opponent Veilers the Numeron Dragon, for example, it's bad as well. And yeah, you really don't want to. You really don't want, because like it's kind of like you take a Veiler, you lose. I'd really rather have Borrow Sword plus a rank 8 at this point. That is better. And yeah,
Yep.
but it's a fun combo. Like if you guys feel that like the Veiler and Perverse is not in the form anymore, might as well play, I guess. But for
Yeah,
now,
true.
I would say no. I would say
Okay, that's fair enough. Where are we now? Okay, so obviously this GREPHER, which you've mentioned, I mean, it's basically the same as Armageddonite, right?
it is, but
do
it has
things,
extra interactions actually. Basically, Dark GREPHER, you discard a level 5 or higher special summon. It's this one doesn't come up as much, except if like discarding Gizmek or something. On the other hand, you can very well use a special have Dark GREPHER on the field. Use Dark GREPHER's effect, discarding Chupacabras at cost. Then you dump a level 8 to the grave, like a Bigfoot or a Thunderbird, or any of those two. Or it can be Ogopogo as well, like it depends on what you really need at this point. And then you can trigger the Chupacabra on the resolution of Dark GREPHER to revive the same monster that you just sent to the grave. But that's mostly when you like already have all the things to do. For example, if you already have the Deshudo, you had set up the Deshudo by Armageddon or just hard Druid, that's fine. If you have a Gizmek already in the grave, is also fine. I mean, you just put what is missing. Like if you already check up the Deshudo and Gizmek, it's the Dark GREPHER has the utility to trigger Chupacabra and revive the level 8. Very easy. It's great. It's great. Like it came up sometime.
That's actually pretty cool, yeah. Just having that additional option to get yourself that 8. Plus, it's a guaranteed one, whereas like if you're actually just trying to resolve one of the big dangers in hand, there's no guarantee you're going to get that 8 onto the field.
Exactly, yeah. This was more guarantee is more likely to do. Sometimes I really don't like to rely on my opponent's luck, because like if they snipe all my dangers, I can't do anything. But however, like if they can't, they lose right away. They don't have a chance at all.
Yeah.
And like that's the point. Like sometimes manipulate the luck is better because it has this factor of like, oh, your opponent would never snipe you if you're already manipulating the luck. Like if you have Dark GREPHER, to dump Chupacabra and dump a level 8 to get the free damage, that's fine. If you and of course,
exactly.
not the case if you really want to set up like stuff like Gizmek or Deshudo. When you already have those set up, or you don't really need one of them, it's very good make display. You can also, like for example, discard Jackalope, dump one of your guys, like and then get a body on the field. That's great as well. You get nasty. You can get so many things. It triggers basically all the dangers in the deck.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, so extra utility from the GREPHER compared to the Armageddonite then. Let's carry on with the rest. So obviously Destrudo is Destrudo. I wouldn't say that it really does anything more than we know it does. You know, it either makes Yazi or it's an extra material.
Not until October. No, October, no. It was March. Hold on. When Needle Fiber is coming out again?
I think it's March, yeah. End of March.
March, yeah, no overload. Yeah, basically, until Needle Fiber doesn't come out, the student doesn't have another use other than just like make Yazi. But soon it will have for sure. And it will be great.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then Gizmek, obviously, level 8, big
Yeah, I
powerhouse,
play it on
getting combos
two.
going.
I play on two of both of them because like I really don't want to draw them most of the time. Like if I draw, it's
Yeah.
fine. If I don't draw, it's also fine. But but basically, the idea is like you really want to dump them via foolish burial, via like I don't run foolish burial here because I really don't need it fully. But your goal is like to dump him via Dark Grepher, via Armageddon. You know those guys most likely because they have a purpose. That's their high purpose. Like if you draw, it's also okay. Like you just extra guy to go on the board. You know, it's simple as
Yep.
that. Nothing special.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the one meh has to be played.
I gotta be honest.
Turns your Yazi into
gotta-
something nuts.
I gotta tell you a secret. They had
Yeah?
some matches that I actually hard drew Mirror and I tribute to Dangers for it, and I still won the game. It was great. Like it was basically like it had a case like I got like the grapher. It's like, oh, I'm gonna need to dig more to see if I can get either Gizmac or Destroy. I dig into it and I drew a hard drew Mirror. So what I'm gonna do? Special summon Dark Grapher, dump the pseudo effect summon, tribute both for Mirror.
Tribute to.
The guy's like,
It's
what?
the same
What are
thing.
you doing, dude? It's like, no,
it's the
yeah,
same
man,
play.
it happens. It happens. And then I just win because like I'm still making Boros. So the
Well, yeah.
downside you have, like the only downside you have is like you're not popping a card, which is meh. And it has some other cases as well. The Yazi isn't targeted by card effects. So decks like
Yeah.
Altergeist and Sky Striker, they can't deal with Yazi purely. Like if you synchro summon Yazi, it will be a very tough time for them to deal with them.
Yeah,
But, like,
definitely.
yeah, like that's more for the grind game. Most of the time I can actually OTK those decks anyway, because like this deck can pass through back row quite easily, can pass through hand traps quite easily.
Yep.
But when it happens, like to just get into the grind game, make Yazi against those decks is the best option in my opinion, because you kind of protected against their like trap cards and their like spells against Sky Striker. And yeah, that's kind of the point. But yeah, we actually got a lot outside of the points here because we're talking about Bear.
That's fine. Okay, so spells, obviously, you want to run the triple alert because you have so many darks, and then also the like Caught by the Grave. I mean, you have to resolve Yazi when you commit to the play, right? You can't
Exactly.
afford for that to get screwed up.
Here's the thing. Also, this card has another purpose, another versatility that is against Orcus. For example, my opponent goes Skeleton, target Dingirsu. I'll just check call by the Grave and banish that Dingirsu. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And it has other cases that like my opponent summons Mathematician. Let's say they let me go first. I drew a call by the Grave, I set it path. They normal summon Mathematician or Scrap Recycler or Armageddon, whatever. Any other starter. And dump one of the Orcas. I just chain call by the Grave in there. If they don't have anything, they just straight up pass. Most of the time they pass. Most of the time, except when they have a danger to complement, and hopefully discard one of the Orcas in their hand, or they have like the spell to draw 2 cards. But like most of the time, call by the Grave is a instant like end turn button. Like most of the time it's like this.
But that means you have to have gone first.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, because otherwise you just win anyway.
Yeah, basically.
And then we got card destruction, which
That
I mean
card
is
nuts.
an FTK, right?
That card is nuts. That card is like it's +4 without a joke.
Yeah.
And also takes out hand traps that your opponent might have. Like it takes out the possible Nibiru that your opponent might have. It baits Ash. Also, that's like the same theory of Allure. Because like Allure, I always like to play it first because I really want to make my opponents think I'm playing Thunder Dragon, basically. Because people say, oh, Allure is a +1 in Thunder Dragon because like you banish the Dark, banish a Roar, you get a Search, or get a special summon. Basically, the people don't want a +1, so they most likely will Ash the Allure most of the time. And basically, what I have is like, oh, I'm gonna use Allure first. So they think that I'm playing Thunder Dragon, but then they realize they are not playing Thunder Dragon later on. And they get OTK'd because basically they waste an Ash on something particularly useless. Like, it doesn't matter. If your opponent ashes the alert, doesn't matter, honestly.
Yeah. Then we got the triple cyclone. So I think initially the list we based this off had the triple Hatronade in the main, right?
No. It was a triple cosmic
Did it
still. I was thinking test it out. Like in the tournament didn't come up as much. Sometimes I felt that like I would like to play like triple Trinade instead of triple Cosmic in the main, because
Yeah.
most of the time it came up more. You know, like activate Hate Trinade, bounce the whole back row came more than just like pop a card, because I faced some of those heavy back row decks like Striker, like Guru, and
Yeah.
etc. Like it was so like Cosmic wasn't that bad. However,
But it's just not that good.
Trinade, however, Trinade can come up more, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
Cosmic is good, like for example against Orcas, but I wouldn't say like to play on the main. I would play on the side and like play Trinade
Okay.
on the main instead. That's kind of like my idea, but I don't know. Like maybe you like more Cosmic and like to play Cosmic on the main, by all means. I guess.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you go up against. Because if it's just like loads of Orcust, I wouldn't really want Trunade in the main.
I don't know,
But
like
it really does
if you're
depend.
playing against more combo-ish decks, you don't want Trinade in the main. You want a max a Cosmic, because people still
Yeah.
play stuff like Impermanent, which is a thing, or Babel, like Crescendo, like in case of Orcas and Orcas variants in general. So basically, like Cosmic would be better because it takes out a card and it's fine. Like you can still come off and win. But against decks like Striker, Ultra Guys, Guru, and those types of decks, you really want to definitely play Hatronade. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really
definitely.
miss in my Sky Striker matchup. I even got like a game lost in game one, because like I couldn't actually handle their back row. You know, I couldn't out their back row, so I kind of lose. Lose
Yeah.
because they overwhelm you if you like engage. The deck is insane. Engage that tree. Yeah.
I don't really like the rest of the main deck is pretty like obvious stuff, right? It's the response team is just
For Ogopogo, it comes up cool as well versus stun decks, because you can normal summon like your Jackalope or your Chupacabra, then activate response team, bouncing their Inspector Border, their Vanity's Fiend, whatever, and that's great. It's incredible because like you actually escape from a problem. Like it's a great problem. This deck loses to border, so basically like having Chupacabra plus response team or like Jackalope plus response team is great. However, it is not great in all the matches, because you need to rumble summon a monster. So like some other better decks like Thunder and Salad and Sky Striker, they're not gonna be like disruptible against the response team, because they can resolve preemptively something. Like for example, I could a Striker can actually very well, even if I bounce Summon Ray, Thunder, when I summon this, they can use like a Thunder in hand to use Titan and Pop. And Orcus, they can just like Dingirsu and send that guy away, you know? Or it can just like crescendo the response team, which is okay, but like sometimes doesn't come up as much.
Yeah. Well, I think it's got great utility. It's just a shame when it doesn't work out. But I mean that's fair of pretty much every good card in the game, right?
Yeah, I mean like response team is a good card, but it's not a trio of death. It's just more like a one of, because it can come up with Ogopogo to give you the RNG like manipulation. Because like you can very well resolve a danger with response. Like let's say you have a danger, you have this in the grave, you shuffle this back, discard the danger, draw a card, and you get the danger's effect.
Yep.
Like which is basically like resolving a danger itself, but you're getting two cards, because like most of the time you're discarding Bird or discarding Bigfoot or Chupacabra or Nessie or even Jackalope. All of them give you a card or take a card from your opponent, which is great. And it comes up sometimes on the other way.
Yeah, it's not bad. Huh? It's just a nice little interaction to be able to have. I'm fairly conscious that we've managed to eat up more than like 25 minutes on just the main deck. So let's
Theory,
let's
man,
streamline
what's the
this. Yeah, I know there's so much, but let's streamline this extra deck then. So Fortress Dragon we've mentioned. Mega Fleet is obviously for the Cyber Dragons.
Yeah, both for cyber, basically.
Yep. And the Mud Dragon is just the generic, like, Super Poly out all the random
the best one that
boards,
we
right?
have for generic so far. So yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he's here.
Yeah, exactly. And then Dragostapelia, that outs, like, the big Pendulum boards and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
And you can also add the big
Pendulums and
Thunder boards.
Pendulum and
Yeah.
Thunder.
It's actually, it's so good in some of those as well. Violet Chimera you've already mentioned. And Starving Venom is the, like, OTK, right? Yeah. Which,
something I forgot to mention about Starving Venom. It's a card that can also come up with OTKs in combination with Super Poly. Let's say I don't have enough, but I have a Super Poly and a card to discard. I can just use both of the darks for Starving Venom and go for game.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
another way.
And
You can also dodge
it's really
stuff.
good because you can play through like Nibiru with that as well, right? Because you don't have to put 5 summons onto the board before you get your OTK if you've got your Super Poly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yazi is here. I mean, obviously it's here. It's like it's
Best
everything.
card in the deck.
Best, it's so good. Best card in the
better than
TCG, right?
Like the theory around making this Yazi over like Grandmaju is just because Yazi gives you a card and gives you access to Boros Sword, which is something that Grandmaju never gonna give.
Yeah.
Like Grandmaju is accessible to Impermanence, accessible to Valor, and like the guy becomes 0, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna OTK someone with 0 attack? No, you're not. Different from Yazi. Yazi's untargetable. Sure, it can be hit through Ash, but sometimes the cards in the deck itself can bait out Ash and basically make Yazi basically almost unstoppable in a way. Like some niche situations.
If you open the right
happen.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's just such a nice extra deck monster. Anyway, sorry. Must move past Yazi. Must not talk about Yazi too long.
No, we should take like 15 minutes to talk about Yazi.
Just to talk about Yazi and how good it is. Rank 8. So Dingirsu is generic out,
it's
right?
broken. Dingirsu is the best rank 8 in the game.
It's so good.
It protects his stuff, sends stuff to the grave without even like targeting or destroying, which is great. And it, like I said before, protects your monsters. It's a dark monster. It has so many things for him.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yes, exactly.
And then Felgrand, I really like Felgrand because like back when I first got into the competitive game, this had only just come out and it was like so good then, and now it's just like it's so
50-50. It never came up in the tournament I was before, but like Felgrand came up like in non-tournament matches when like I needed to negate a specific effect or make a specific monster affected by card effects. For example, this in theory can protect through Nibiru.
Yeah.
Like, you can detach this into Boros Sword. And Boros Sword will have its effect negated, but like if you change it right to defense mode, it doesn't matter. However, it will be unaffected by card effect.
Yep.
Which means you save your Nibiru, you save your Boros Sword from Nibiru, basically. Which is okay. Like, and it never come up for me,
nice.
but yeah, it's an option. I might cut it out, but who knows?
What are you thinking to replace it?
I don't know. I was thinking about another level 7 synchro, Cyber Quantum Dragon. Quantum Dragon protects you from being targeted, and he basically is a BLS that combined with like a Grand Mole. It bounces your monster, and he can attack again, basically. And he's a 2500 attack for monster, so it's...
And it's like, it's so good against the Thunder Dragon matchup. It's just like, it's just a really solid card. But in lieu of that, we still have the rest of the rank 8s. So
the last,
Lancelot
the 2 last ones. Lancelot is great. This comes
I
up
like
all the
it.
time. It's very good. You can attack directly, forcing up damage, popping a card, and not only that, if your opponent is like one card, gonna like he depends on top that. Lancelot is a lockdown basically because
Yeah.
like let's say he had a matchup against Orcus, then I made Boral Sword plus Lancelot, and then okay like basically I attack directly Boral Sword, attack with Lancelot and pass because otherwise Lancelot would negate Boral Sword because it only protects with for opponent's card effects.
Yeah.
So basically I passed. My opponent drew for turn. He drew something that it would actually turn off the game, and basically they couldn't do it because because Lancelot could just simply negate it. And yeah,
Yeah.
other situations as well is when you exceed for this, you attempt to go to battle phase, your opponent doesn't know what this do, and activate Biru, and then you just instantly negate it. And
you're
basically,
like, no.
you can just
No,
attack
thanks.
freely and go for game because it's a hard once per turn.
Yeah.
It's a hard once per turn. The effects of Lancelot, which means no, it's actually only a soft once per turn. But like, simply, you can just like make the OTK normally and saves you from Nibiru, saves you from like other ways. Like in a grinding game, Lancelot is insane, especially when you take out your opponent's cards by lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. And it gives you that like protection from the imperm in the battle phase as well, which is nice too.
Yeah, that too. Like though the Imperm doesn't affect too much this deck because I could just simply chain Boral Sword, change something to defense, and even still he could even attack twice still, which is good.
Yeah, but if they do it before you attack with your Lancelot, then it means you wouldn't get the if that did go through, then you wouldn't be able to get it, right? Because you'd have to switch your Lancelot to defense. You just get 6
but
or
like
something.
in even the worst scenario, I would still have a guess back. So I guess that's fine.
True. You probably do. Okay, rest of the extra deck, we've got a Xenophond, which is slightly better Dweller, basically.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think there's any
basically
other, like...
it's a win condition against Striker. It's a win condition against Salad. It's basically like you make this, you most likely win the duel. Except if your opponent is too good, he probably can play around it. But most of the time, when you make this versus Salad versus Striker, you win the duel, basically.
Yeah. And then Boral Sword, obviously, for the OTKs. IP for the random, like, interruption into the Phoenix?
Actually, no.
What do you use it for? Is it just for the arrows?
No, it's for the Yazi thing. Remember when I was in Turbas before? When Masquerina came out, I just used her stat because she protects my Boral Sword from being destroyed by card effect.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike monster used disguise a material cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which if your opponent used something like something to try to stop you, like a ogre, a strike, they can negate the effect or like even like try to do something, but not gonna destroy the Boral Sword. It will still stay there.
Exactly.
And yeah, this kind of the theory. Masquerina can be cool as well for other interruptions. If I open more space in the extract, maybe. But for the combo, it's good because it protects Boral Sword from battle card effects and can attack twice. That's great. That's basically what Boral Sword is.
Yeah, that's cool as well. And then the rest of the extra deck, obviously Phoenix for back row, Link Rebo for the Meme combos. Yeah. Side deck. So Hatronade we've already covered. System Down is like the perfect side for Orcust at the moment, I reckon.
It's a win condition for Orcust. Not even Lancia do too much. System Down do what Lancia do, but better. Yeah. Because like the only way to recover those resources is either by the Link monster or by the World Legacy wand. Is it that one, like the level 8 one? World Legacy wand or something? I don't know the name.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But basically, like, the idea of having a system down is like that you can banish everything, and they depend on like 3 ways ish to deal with it, and basically gives you time enough to win the duel, and even in worst case scenario, it gives you time to grind as well, because your opponent gonna be hardly setting up. Because like, let's say you don't have game, you make something like Lancelot or Cenopod, And basically, you can have a grind game against your opponent until you can freely win the duel, basically.
Yep. Yeah, agreed. It's great for that stuff.
It is.
For the rest, we've got triple twisters because you need more back row hate, obviously. Like, some back row decks, if they get going, it's really hard for this deck to push through. As you mentioned, Yazi helps in the grind game.
When Lightning Storm came out, Cosmic Cyclone needs to go. So basically, like, I got triple Hatronade, triple Lightning Storm, because Lightning Storm is insane. But yeah, besides the point. Basically, it's good. And also have another way. Another interaction you can do. Twin Twisters, discard Bigfoot or Thunderbird, pop 2 back row, and then Thunderbird or Bigfoot triggers, popping another card. Basically, it's Twin Twisters, destroys 3 cards on the field. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice little trade up. It's not bad. And the same can be said for Danger Zone. You're discarding 2 cards, but you're getting 3 cards out of it, plus 2 danger effects. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I really didn't like Danger Zone too much because it didn't came up to me as much as it is. And most of the time is that when it came up, I lose. So whatever. I lose like the game, not the match, but I lose the game. So like whatever.
Yeah.
I probably want to get out there because like it's a trap card. It's a little bit more accessible, and sometimes you rely on the luck. You rely on the luck to draw something that will help you out to defend yourself. And it's kind of iffy. Like, you can draw something, sure, but at the same time, you can't draw anything and just instantly lose. So it's very whatever. I might take it out soon.
And it's also like, it's not even Ash bait, because it's a trap.
No, it's not, because they don't.
Too slow.
They don't Ash this. Like, they only Ash this when they are sure that you're going to win the duel. But like, when they're not, just like, sure, it's fine. This doesn't change anything for
Yeah, it doesn't stop me from playing.
Joking. Okay, let's go. Let's continue.
Yeah. And then the last one is there can be only one. I mean, the deck just doesn't play the same types of monsters. So
yeah, basically.
You may as well put this
It doesn't play the same types of monsters, so basically there can only be one, gives you the win. And like, sure, you're not going to be able to do the Yazi play. However, you have the dangers, you have the Cyber Dragon, you have so many things here that gives you damage enough. So like, there can only be one for lots of decks like Salads, like Orcas in some cases. It's actually very rough for them.
Yeah.
Because most likely they can't go to their main cards. Like, they can't go to their main combos. They need to depend on a turn. They need to depend on a back row move in order to deal with them.
So that's the list. I mean, obviously it has changed over time. Even now it's changing. I think the Super Polys are probably going to go, or have gone, because they're not so relevant now.
Combo boards are actually playing around Super Poly.
Yeah.
Like in bunches. Like, most of the time it's like Apollosa plus Hope Harbinger plus like Colossus. Like, I can't Super Poly none of that. Like,
yeah.
I can't Super Poly nothing there. And basically, like, Super Poly is becoming a little bit more weak. Like, sure, it can come up in some situations. For example, Orcas, this can come up, but it is not that high impact. Then, like, is a I win button, so I don't think it's like something that is relevant for me anymore. Like, until they make a better fusion target that even can break the play around card, then I'm not gonna play Super Poly for a while.
That's fair enough. I think you're absolutely right. It's just not going to have the impact now that it used to have. Are there any other changes you want to make to the deck? I mean, you mentioned the Cyber's Quantum Dragon for the Felgrand, maybe?
Yeah, basically because it's very versatile. It protects your monster from being, your board from being targeted. It is basically a Black Soldier with Grand Mold together. And it's a 2500 beat stick, so like, in worst case scenario, it's 8,500 damage in total. Worst case scenario.
Yep.
Best case scenario, it's out to Thunderboard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to mention about the deck?
Nah, nothing. I guess I just explained as much.
Pretty much everything. Cool. Are there any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout outs to me. No, joking. Yeah, shouts to you. Why not? Because you kind of gave me this idea. Shout outs to some of my friends that actually helped me passing this deck.
Yeah.
And shouts to the guy from the online tournament series. That basically they gave me the chance to go in there, kick some ass, and yeah, there happened some unfortunate things in the tournament. However, it was pretty okay, I guess.
I mean, like a 5-2 record, given that it's essentially a 6-1 record, right? Is like super solid for this deck.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to explain each matchup.
Yeah, you can give a quick rundown if you want.
All right, show me the first one. Go ahead.
So Dragon Link 2-0 was the first one.
Oh, that Dragon Link. Well, you see, his board. He made a board. That was like a beginning of the format-ish. Like his board was Savage, plus I don't remember if I had like it was Savage plus another Dark that I really don't remember what was. I guess Quantum Dragon or something, and Apollosa.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, super poly the both Quantum and Savage for Starmie Venom. Bait the Apollosa, make some dangers, break the opponent, win the duel. Simple as that. It was very simple. Yep. The two games were basically a deja vu. We opened same board, same cards. Basically, it was weird, but I win. It was 2-0. Simply as
that. Then you went up against Thunder Dragon.
Thunder Dragon was weird, like because the Thunder Dragon player was like the organizer of the tourney, and he played going second, and just like. I really was expecting that he actually saw my list, but apparently not. But even still, like game one, he overwhelmed me, like because I made a misplay that I'm not gonna remember now, but like I made a misplay, and I even like corrected in my other matches later on. But then like I game 2, game 3, I basically destroyed him. So
fair enough. Round 3 was the not so fun Dragon Link, was it?
Yeah, it was very frustrating. Like, it had this case that like my opponent like had the chance to like, oh, I'm gonna fight you, you know, if he could choose if he wants to fight me or not. And then like, it was because of a bug apparently on Wajah Pro that basically like fucked me up. And yeah, like the guy just said no, fuck you, and then
then you just
got very mad. I got very mad at that. It was very scamish. It was the same to feel like losing to time, you know. It's the same frustration in my opinion. Like, it was very bad. It was very bad. It was a very bad experience. It was a very bad experience for me, for the judges, for I don't think he had a bad experience at all, to be honest. But whatever.
He probably was quite happy with the free win there.
Yeah, I mean he would have lost. That's the point. Like,
yeah, probably.
But like he was saying so much like, oh, I would beat you for sure. Like, okay, so why you don't fight me then? And I'm like, no, I'm like, okay then, okay then, okay buddy, sure.
And then after that, you had the Sky Striker matchup.
That was odd. Like game 1, I got overwhelmed by engaging, and I lose basically. Yeah. However, game 2, game 3, he was overwhelmed by my big monsters, my negations, etc., and he lost. Simple as that. He lost the other 2 games. It's kind of entering the same category as Thunder, that I got overwhelmed by a specific play, or I misplayed in something, and the other 2 games I just recovered right away, like no problem. It was fine, I guess.
And then after that, Salamangreats. This is the only like proper loss.
Yeah, the proper loss. The guy played so well. Oh my god, the guy played so well. The guy played around everything I do. Like he also got a little bit lucky, like with the dangers. He sniped lots of them. But like he played so well, he actually even put it in the right time, the Nibiru, which like it was in both games, which like made me lose. He baited out the Lancelot. He baited out like whatever I had because like Lancelot is mandatory. And then after that, he just Nibiru it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like the guy played well. Like he deserved the win. He definitely deserved the win. Like the guy was insane, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
The guy just played
and
well,
then-
and yeah, nothing to say about
Yeah,
it.
you can't. You just take it, right, when
Yeah.
that happens.
Simple as that.
Yep. So then, Guru Control.
Oh no, I
Is this,
actually I just write it up wrong. Actually, it's not. It
Oh, is
wasn't
it the other way around?
Guru. It was to Draco. Just basically the Draco. Hey,
Same
yeah,
deck,
it's kinda
right?
the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. Like they both play Floodgates. They both play annoying monsters. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
They
and you
both play
just like
Demise.
blow
I
through the
think.
board.
Or no, Guru doesn't play Demise. I don't remember.
Nah.
No, I don't think. I don't think
yeah,
Guru played
Guru
Demise.
doesn't play Demise.
But whatever. But yeah, my to Draco matchup. It was easy. Basically, hate grenade or like twin twisters, break his back row, win the game. Like that's basically the theory around control. Like basically, you break their back row and you most likely win. Not even the
Yeah,
two brick
and
one.
that's why you have to side so much. You just have to side 9 cards for that matchup because you
Basically,
have to play the back
and
row
you're most
first.
likely gonna draw. With this point, you win.
Yeah. Yeah. And the final round was Thunder Dragon, right?
Yep, it was the last match of the tournament. It was versus Thunder Dragon. This time I didn't got too much overwhelmed. He made board like the two games, but I managed to break them. I managed to like use stuff like Dingears 2 and other type of stuff. And like game 1, he did make the board. However, he was a dimensional shifter, which means he basically had no grade. Basically had no grade.
Yeah.
And basically that gave me the win actually. Because he had no protection
Okay.
versus his monsters, like stuff like Danger Bigfoot, Danger Thunderbird, no, not Thunderbird, Bigfoot, like those things. They basically break the board easily. And as for quality also was insane against that matchup. These days it's not that much because the Thunder combo can actually play around it.
Mhm. Yeah, but I mean, it was good at the time, right? That's
It was.
just how it used to be. Cool. Well, great. That's all the rounds. So you end with a 5-2 record, which I think we can safely class as a 6-1 record. But,
Definitely. I mean, I take the L. Like, not that I want to take the L of the guy that scammed me, but like, I mean, I have to take the L. Like, I can say like in my head, I can say like it's a 6-1, but like in the end, it was a 5-2 because like as much the guy scammed me or not, it was a lot, you know.
Yeah, true, yeah. But overall, still like a very strong record. I mean, that's the kind of thing that we'd see in the UK making like a top cut WCQ anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, soon I'll be doing my top stuff. I just need to resolve my life a little bit
Miss
more,
moments.
honestly.
It'll happen. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, thanks very much for coming on and talking about this Yazi Turbo Danger Attack style list. And,
Also, let me give you my last words here.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see some spicy replays, I'm doing recently constantly spicy replays on my channel. So if you guys want, just go in the link in the. I don't know if you're gonna put it in the description.
Yeah. In the description,
Yeah.
Allan TCG, subscribe now.
Yep.
You can see it up on
let's
screen.
Go. Make your boy go to 1,000, please.
Do it. You're so close. You're like 24 subs away from 1,000. You can do it.
Basically, yeah.
Go help him out.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
make your boy happy. Give me 1,000 subscribers, please. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be posting here. I post weekly. I post some deck ideas. I posted so many decks that like people think it was so exciting. Like I was testing a little bit more of needle fiber, something that wasn't touching too much recently, because
Yeah.
like until I received the news, the needle fiber will finally come to TCG, so I started to test it out. But yeah, like I'm gonna have so many other decks in there, and I hope you guys see you guys in there actually.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be there. We'll be watching. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll be heading over to your channel, subbing now, giving you all the likes.